You know, we know about some local gangs and whatnot, and this program here, I think, is a good way for them to funnel their energy. I'm not involved in a day-in, day-out program here at the boxing club. Kenny and Jack are. You know, these guys are both Muskegon County Hall of Famers, and obviously for good reason. You know, these are the guys that are running the program here, and these are the guys that deserve the kudos. You know, I basically, all I did was assisted Matt in his dream, which was to create a boxing program. We're both been fanatics for years and years, and we said, hey, you know what? We got a great coach, two great coaches in town. Why don't we recruit them, bring them along, and get a nice place for them to box, you know, and to teach boxing. And so that's been my involvement. But I think that this program here is a great outlet for young boys, young adults, at-risk kids to come, spend a little time, and hopefully find somebody that can mentor them and teach them, you know, this is better than being out there, you know. I mean, if you're going to fight, let's do it in here.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it was in the ring that I found out that I don't really want to go out and fight a whole lot. There's a lot of guys out there that can whoop my tail. I found that out with gloves on. That was a nice way to find out.
It becomes painful and it hurts in the lungs too.
We also have a good trainer, Terry Markowski, that works with us, and he's an outstanding trainer.
Great. Now can we introduce a couple of the fighters?
I'd like to, let's take
then we can let them get training
Tom
a little bit.
and Rais up here. Rais is 132 pounds,
There, so.
and Rais is went to the Nationals. Tell him about the Nationals tournament he fought in last year. You want to tell him about that, Rais?
I won the Golden Gloves Open state title last year and everything. I fought down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I made it all the way down to the quarterfinals until I lost the decision from a guy from St. Louis.
Good.
Actually, he won the fight but didn't get it.
Yeah, I know what that
And
goes.
they're fighting Wednesday at the Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
And it'll probably, the
Where's that
competition
at?
gets a little keen, but he'll probably be in the Nationals again this year.
Good.
So we'll knock on wood.
And then we got Tom Tyler at, what weight you fighting at, Tom?
125.
125. His dad was a state champion back when I had his dad. Now we're training some of the kids and grandkids. But he's fighting at what weight again, Tom?
125.
125.
So,
So these guys are both open fighters. That's one step from being, you know, the best.
that's great.
And,
Well, you know, it's nice that we have a local program that can take them as far as they want to go.
We're going to let them spar here in a minute, but
Good.
Dante, come on over here, Dante. He's our heavyweight, and he's part of the Youth for Christ program, and he's been on TV several times for Youth for Christ, and he's our heavyweight. It's going to be his first fight, but I'll tell you, Dante can punch. They're going to be in trouble when that bell rings, because we're looking for big things out of him. He's part of the program here, and he is, would like to say something, Dante? What are you going to do down there, Dante? Huh?
I'm going to try and end it quick.
End it quick.
Yeah, stay
So
pretty that
that's
way.
his job, you know. That's what we do, and we're real proud of him. He's been looking good in the gym. And we got some other Golden Gloves here. Come on over here. Come on, Tom. Our super heavyweight, Cadillac Tom. He drives his Cadillac up here and parks it in the front of the place like he owns it, you know. This is our super heavyweight right here. He did real good down there the other night, and we're real proud of Tom. How much you weigh, Tom?
Right now about 255.
About 255. And he can get you out there. He can hurt you. You know, he's a good heavyweight. The other night down there, super heavyweight, yeah.
Super.
And you want to say a few things, Tom?
Oh, no, not really. I just love boxing.
I know you do.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been boxing?
About 3 years off and on.
Good. Now, when they go into a match, how many rounds are they fighting?
3 rounds.
3 rounds?
3 rounds.
3 minutes? 2
The
minutes?
opens fight 3-minute rounds.
3-minute
And the
rounds.
novices, which are beginners, fight 2-minute rounds.
Okay.
And then we got Grady back here. Come on up here, Grady. This is Kenny's grandson. He fought the other night.
No pressure.
Well, he takes he has a little trouble when he takes some glasses off. He has a little trouble seeing.
I'm pretty blind.
He knows no fear. He'll get right in there. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So I think we're going to let Tom and
Hang
Rais
on, guys. I have a
go.
question for all our boxers. Is this something that you're looking to go into professionally? Is this something you enjoy doing for fun, or is it something that you want to continue?
It's hard to say right now, you know, being young right now. It's good to wait and see.
Yeah. It's for fun right now, huh?
Right now, we're more interested in winning those trophies.
Yep.
We're not interested about the professionals right now. We're interested in winning the trophies. So.
Beating
having
everybody in the
fun.
world and then step up.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. We'll get into the training here in a few
Okay.
minutes then. And see what's going on over there. But thank you very much for the tour. I appreciate it.
thank you.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Okay, Kenny, we're over here on the wall. We got some posters up here, but tell me a little bit about this one up top.
Okay, the one at the top is when we Michigan pulled out of the WBA at that time. There was only one organization in boxing. It was the WBA, the World Boxing Association. Anyway, they ranked. I was #1 contender for 10 years. So Carlos Ortiz had the lightweight title. He won it from Joe Brown, and we've been chasing him for 5 years. And so we just finally pulled out of the WBA. The WBA pulled out of we pulled out of that organization. We held our own title fight in Michigan. And so we took the #1 contender and #2 contender and fought for the title, which I won, but it was only recognized by Michigan. And
Why
then
is that?
Well, because everybody was complaining about the organization, the WBA, and after that, we was the ones that started, and then pretty soon they got alphabets of soup now in boxing.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
CBS, they got every numbers you think of.
Yeah.
But we started that, because they didn't have to, go by their rules and regulations and stuff. There's too much politics in it. So that's what I say. I become the lightweight champion of the world, but it's only recognized in Michigan.
Well, that's great. Now,
So
it
there
says
was
15 I'm sorry.
there was two lightweight champions that time, Carlos Ortiz and I. So we, the following year in '64, they decided they would fight when I fought Ortiz in Puerto Rico for the lightweight champion of the world to unify the title, and I lost a decision to him, 15 rounds.
50.
And so then, like I say, then we just traveled on around the rest of the world, picking up shots and trying to get another crack at that title, but there's a lot of politics in it. You got to belong to the right people.
Awful lot in that.
Yeah.
Game. It's a tough game. This fight here, 15 rounds?
15 rounds, yep.
You went all 15 on that?
Oh, gee, I would say he would give him a couple.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You fought all 15?
Jack was there. I don't say where'd Jack go. I don't know how many rounds I went.
You won 15 rounds.
Yeah, went 15, but how many did I win?
Well, you won 15 rounds.
15 rounds, yeah.
Won 15 rounds.
He beat Carlos Ortiz, the world champion, in Miami. And then when he fought Ortiz for the title, he got robbed once. Another time he got cut. But nobody wanted to fight Kenny.
Yeah.
But I was at this fight. It was outdoors. And Kenny Lane looked great that night. When he fought Joe Brown, he won the fight but didn't get it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Goes
the picture below that, I was going to say, of Floyd Patterson, me, that was in Chicago. That Floyd, we were given his trophies. He was elected the Fighter of the Year, and I was elected the Most Improved Fighter of the Year. And that was at a banquet in Chicago probably in 1956. Yeah, a long time ago.
A couple years
I
back.
was a lot younger then.
A couple years back.
tell him the world champions you fought, Kenny.
Yeah, I fought 9 world champions, 16 times, 4 in world title fights. So,
Can you
Oh,
name
wow.
them?
Carlos Ortiz, Carlos Hernandez, Joe Brown, Carlos Hernandez 3 times, Carlos Ortiz 3 times, Ralph Dupez Nolan 3 times, and like I say, I don't know if I hit them all or not, but I know there were 9 of them.
I know Muskegon's been very proud of your boxing heritage here that
Oh yeah,
you've given
we
us.
have a lot of fans that.
Muskegon's known for its fighters, whether it be boxing or mixed martial arts or whatever. It's just a rough town. A lot of good, hard workers here. Yeah, I really appreciate you bringing us into your club. We're going to wrap up here, but
Hey, I'm glad you had to come down.
it was a good time. Thank you very much, Kenny.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us in this issue. I'm sure you're going to want to keep this one on their archives.
Kenny Lane, the #1 contender for the lightweight championship, who was bypassed in favor of Orlando Zulueta for a shot at the title, pits his southpaw shots against Henry Toothpick Brown at the Detroit Olympia. Lane, in the white trunks, is as smooth a boxer as you'll find today. The southpaw hooks and jabs beautifully with his right hand and is always setting up his opponent for his dangerous left. Firmly, and mixes attack to the body and head. Kenny is giving Brown a boxing lesson as he batters the toothpick around the ring with a series of hard smashes. Toothpick Brown in the dark trunks is puzzled and is having trouble solving Lane's style. Brown can't set himself against the southpaw stance of Lane, and he's leaving himself wide open for the right and left-hand leads. Henry's giving all his effort, but it seems wasted as Lane gives a masterful boxing demonstration. Lane reminds the Motor City fans of a former local southpaw favorite, Chuck Davey. The Lightning Lane looks like he's ready to strike in round 6. And strike he does with a couple of beauties that land flush on Brown's jaw. The toothpick is cracking under the heavy pressure applied by Lane. Brown's legs are plenty wobbly as Kenny bombs him with rights and lefts. Brown goes down and keeps dishing out the punishment, trying for the KO. Toothpick is tired and hurt, and he holds on. The referee breaks the clinch, and Brown wishes he hadn't, as Lane puts across the finisher. Toothpick is down and out. The referee could count forever. Toothpick Brown is in the deep freeze. The count goes to 10, and it's a 6th round, 1-minute, 14-second knockout victory for Kenny Lane. The lightweight terror has to wait his chance at the championship, but until he gets it, Kenny Lane keeps knocking off everything that comes his way. Even though Ludwig Lightburn is pegged 3 notches lower than Kenny Lane in the lightweight ratings, the British Honduras Flash is a solid 2-to-1 choice to solve Lane's pesky southpaw style. Round 1 with Kenny Lane in the dark trunks. The principals in this 10-rounder are launching Miami's new Biscayne Arena with an action-packed battle. The white trunks is at his wit's end trying to catch and solve Lane. Ludwig is down, but the referee rolls a slip and wipes his gloves. The 24-year-old Lane, who hails from Muskegon, Michigan, has been fighting professionally for 4 years and has a 43-5 record. His biggest conquest to date came when he defeated the sensational KO specialist, Larry Boardman. Kenny is making Lightburn look mighty ridiculous as a sharpshooter. Lane is constantly on the go, and Ludwig can't seem to hit the bullseye, whereas Kenny is tattooing Lightburn with both hands. 10th and final round. Lightburn is out to save embarrassment from the lacing he has been taking, but Lane keeps both his hands and body moving at all times. The only hope for a Lightburn victory is a KO, but it doesn't appear that Ludwig will land the haymaker on the smart Lane. Lightburn rallies late in the fight, but as is often the case, too late. Lane's impregnable defense and slapping offense have clinched the bout. The judging is unanimous for Kenny Lane. Lane doesn't hit hard, but his southpaw style will prove very annoying to future lightweight opponents. Set the trade leather before a standing room only crowd at the Houston, Texas Coliseum. Busy champion Joe Brown, defending his title for the 3rd time within 8 months, faces Kenny Lane, the #1 contender. Forcing the action, Kenny Lane in the black trunks nails Brown flush on the jaw as he makes his bid to become the first southpaw lightweight champion in ring history. So far, the sellout crowd of 11,000 fans for this 15-round championship bout has been treated to a boxing gem. Lane's defensive moves have kept Joe Brown in white trunks on the receiving end of some solid punches. Southpaw challenger Kenny Lane, sparring well with the champion, has never been knocked off his feet. On the other hand, Brown, in white trunks, has had 5 previous fights with left-handed sluggers and knocked them all out. On his last 17 encounters, has run up against a human buzzsaw in Kenny Lane. The persistent Lane, who has compiled a string of 19 victories, is proving to be a tough customer. Kenny has pressed Brown from the opening bell with his jabbing attack and telling left to the body and head. And for Lane in black, it'll be the first time he has gone beyond the 10th round. The 26-year-old underdog from Muskegon, Michigan shows no signs of tiring as the bruising struggle moves along. In the final round, the seesaw battle levels off. Joe Brown wraps up his 5th successful defense of his lightweight crown with a unanimous 15-round decision over Kenny Lane.
Okay, what's the date today?
Today is July 2nd, 1982.
And how old are you, Kenny?
I am a proud 50.
Proud 50. Terry, everybody says you won that fight, Ken.
Well, like I say, I never lost a fight in my life. It was just bad decisions.
Oh, okay.
It was last April, shortly before he reached the half-century mark, that Kenny Lane decided to give the ring another try. Now, keep in mind that his return bout Saturday night against 27-year-old Ohioan Bob Pleggy occurs nearly 17 years since he last fought.
It's kind of like climbing a mountain. You know, why would a guy want to climb a mountain? Because everybody says, you know, gee, it's stupid to get in the ring at 50 years old, but hey, it's been my life, you know, a good part of my life, and I think it's stupid to say anybody climb a mountain, but there's mountain climbers and there's fighters, so.
With Dolly Parton.
And we'll meet Kenny Lane, a boxer who retired from his first boxing career 20 years ago. And now at age 50, he's back in the ring and he's winning. Also, we'll get some good advice. We'll be back with a boxer who is something of a real-life Rocky right after this.
8:17 right now. For 12 years, Kenny Lane was a big name in boxing. He was a perennial #1 contender. He fought for the lightweight title 2 times. Here's one of them. This was a 15-round bout with Joe Brown back in '58. And there is Kenny getting pounded. He lost in a decision, by the way. Kenny also fought for the junior welterweight title once and won 77 professional fights, but that was 20 years ago and more. Now, Kenny Lane is 50, and he is a grandfather. Earlier this month, he went into the ring in his hometown of Muskegon, Michigan, wearing his old dark trunks. He came away with victory number 78. It was an 8-round unanimous decision, and his opponent was only 27. Good morning, Kenny.
Good morning, David.
You look okay?
Thank you.
You got through it all right?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't get pounded or hurt?
Oh, no. It's all in a day's work.
Oh, now, Kenny, come on. 50 years old and to say it's all in a day's work?
Well, you got to work at it. You know, you just don't walk in the ring. Like I say, it takes a lot of training, a lot of work, and when you're in shape.
Why did you do it? Why did you decide to fight
Well, I'd
again?
say the history of my boxing career, actually, I always boxed because not because I was a tough kid on the street, because I loved to do it. And like I say...
About another fight? Are you going to keep going?
Yeah, so figure on, we'll be fighting in the next month or so. And
you will be?
Oh, yeah, sure.
How far you plan to take this, Kenny?
Well, we'll take, you know, a little bit of time, like I say, and I think if everything works out that in a way that it figures should, that another 2 or 3 fights, we'll be in top contention. We'll be right back in, like I say...
Kenny, are you serious? You plan to become a contender?
Why, certainly. Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
The look on his face tells anyone that 50-year-old Kenny Lane is serious about a comeback in boxing. That's right, he's 50. Fight fans in the 50s and 60s might remember his 79, 15, and 2 record as a lightweight boxer. 4 of those losses came in world title fights. Lane has spent most of his time since retirement from the ring 17 years ago training other young boxers, and surprisingly, that's what prompted his return.
With the kids, the trouble is, I get every time the kids, they start training and they don't do this, they don't do that, they don't run. And when you see them in their boxing, I'd like to say, oh, sit down and let me do it for you.
A lot of his friends think Lane may have taken a few too many shots to the head in the ring, but he says there isn't anything farther from the truth.
I was in the boxing business for, like, say, 12 years, and I never took any beatings from anyone. I lost fights, but I never took no beatings from anyone. And I don't figure on taking any beatings from, you know, anybody now. Boom Boom Mancini, I can beat a guy like Mancini. And if I get in shape and I got the stamina that it would take, that I could beat a guy like Mancini.
Okay, I'm here with Carlos Ortiz, the champion of the world. And fought Kenny Lane 3 times, right, Carlos?
Oh, yes. 3 wonderful fights that we had.
Yeah. Get a little closer, Cal. Get the ticket I sent you.
It was the most beautiful surprise I ever got.
Is that right?
You know that I fought Kenny Lane 3 times.
Yeah.
And 3 memorable fights that we had, and he happens to be one of my friends, you know, in the boxing world, and I admire him very much because he was a good fighter.
Yes.
And to be a good fighter in boxing is you gotta have it.
Yeah.
And Kenny Lane had it, and I mean, I congratulate him for having fought me 3 times. Yeah, well, we fought in Miami first, and it was early in my career, and he beat me. We fought 2 times more for the junior welterweight title in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And that fight, I hit him very hard in the eyes. And
was that the end of the 2nd round?
The end of the 2nd round, right? And the cut was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the fight was stopped, and I won the fight, and I won the crown.
Yeah.
But then I fought him again.
Puerto Rico. In
Puerto Rico, because he was not the best fighter around, and he merited a chance at the title.
Yeah.
And I gave him an opportunity in
64.
In 64 in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and just the same old Kenny Lane, tough and rough,
yeah,
and savvy and good, you know. But
that Cal, my son, and I, we just got through talking to Kenny Lane on the cell phone, and he said he wished you well, but he said he wants a rematch. Didn't he, Cal?
Yeah.
He said, tell Carlos that I'd like to have a rematch. So, would you like to say something to Kenny personally?
Kenny Lane, you happen to be a great person. You were a great fighter. I don't want no more part of you, okay? I don't want no more trouble.
Okay. All right.
So, stay the way you are, okay? And leave me enjoy my life, okay?
I want to get a picture.
Okay.
I'm here with Curtis Coates, the 2003 inductee into the Hall of Fame, and great welterweight champion who fought Kenny Lane. You remember that fight?
Yeah, I remember fighting Kenny in Dallas, Texas. He was on a tour.
Hey,
oh yeah.
Southpaw?
Yeah, he was a southpaw, and he was the first one for me to face. I learned to fight southpaw, and I had no problem with him after that.
Yeah. And Cal and I came down here and want to congratulate you on getting in the Hall of Fame. How'd you like those articles I sent you on?
They were beautiful. I really enjoyed them.
Did you have any notes?
I had some of the pictures that you sent, and but we put them all in the gym.
Oh, good.
They're on the wall. Everybody knows it. They came from you. Everybody knows it.
Kenny signed it, and you get the picture and everything we sent you.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I got all that stuff.
Yeah.
We haven't been. I'll see you soon.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you talk to my son here a second.
Okay, sure.
This is my son here, Curtis, Calvin Crow, and he's real proud to meet you. You're 2003 inductee into the Boxing Hall of Fame. You want to shake his hand, Cal?
All right.
Yeah?
All
right.
Glad to meet you. All right.
And say there, Curtis?
Yeah, well, Kenny's my man. I learned a lot from Kenny.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him because without him, I couldn't have fought for Southpaws.
And say there, Curtis?
Yeah, well, Kenny's my man. I learned a lot from Kenny.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him because without him, I couldn't have fought for Southpaws at all.
Is that right?
With him, he taught me how to do that.
All right, Curtis.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
All right.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Take care. Okay, take care.
Okay.
Bowers, welcoming you to another Friday night boxing match telecast for your entertainment by the Gillette Safety Razor Company. From air-cooled Madison Square Garden in New York, we bring you a 12-round junior welterweight championship bout between Kenny Lane of Muskegon, Michigan, and Carlos Ortiz of New York and Puerto Rico. Scored by rounds, 6-ounce gloves, no compulsory 8-count, no 3 knockdown rule. In recognition of your support and for your enjoyment during the year, Gillette telecasts the feature boxing event of the week every Friday night, and such classics as the All-Star Baseball Game, the World Series, World's Invitational Match Game Bowling Championships, Blue and Gray Football Game, Rose Bowl Game, Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and tomorrow's Belmont Stakes. This is our thanks to you for using Gillette products. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to have you meet 3 former great junior welterweight champions. I'll name the 3 of them: Tippy Larkin, Tony Canzoneri, and Bonnie Ross. 1 week from tonight, welterweight Stefan Redl and undefeated Cuban welterweight Florentino Fernandez will meet in a feature 10-round bout. And 2 other 10-round bouts will also be on the card. And there's a wrestling show here on Saturday, June the 20th. Here are the ring officials assigned by the New York State Athletic Commission. Judges are Leo Birnbaum and Adi Idala. The timekeeper is George Bannon. Counting for the knockdowns, Bonnie Smith. Your referee for the main event, Harry Kessler. 12 rounds for the Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing from Muskegon, Michigan, wearing white trunks, weighing 140, former Navy